What's going on, everybody? We're going to be short and sweet today. I didn't actually trade. I know the microphone's quiet. I'm trying not to breathe into it so it's not like screaming at you. But here's what we're looking at. We took buy side liquidity right off open this morning. You guys can see the dotted line. That gave me that made me feel like we were going to go short. I haven't really felt like we're going to get down into these areas yet until we return up into this liquidity void. But that's just me personally. And looking back, I'm honestly glad I didn't take the trade, no matter how nice it could have been. Let me move this over here. That's where it should be. Um, it wouldn't have been a comfortable trade. What I would have been looking at was this inversion gap. Obviously, gets moved through pretty quickly. If this had closed, you guys can see, if this had closed and made this inversion and it hadn't been the 949 candle, I probably would have just entered right there. I probably would have went short on this with a stop above this propulsion block, which is still too much risk for me, honestly. 2 to 1 would have ended up playing out basically the same spot. But what I was looking at was on the 5 minute right here. You can see on the close of this candle, we made an inversion gap from here up into, I'll try and mark it out for you guys, up into here. That's our 5 minute inversion gap that we kind of bounced back and forth through for about 20 minutes, give or take. And I couldn't ever get comfortable over anything. I wanted to go short on this retracement back up into here, honestly, but I didn't feel comfortable with a market structure shift because I know we talked yesterday about waiting for the 5 minute and waiting for the 5 minute. Well, that's down in here for a market structure shift, but I didn't wait for that today. I felt comfortable saying this was because kind of lower high here, lower high. It made sense in the grand scheme of things. And I thought this would be a draw, this first presented fair value gap, at least for a little bit until this minor sell side and the relative equal low we formed pre-market was a pretty good draw, but we just couldn't get any speed past that. This is a standard deviation. We'll talk about that another day. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You don't need it to trade with. But we took buy side, we made the inversion gap, made the 5 minute inversion gap, got the market structure shift. This candle right here would have been what I would have looked for to enter. Probably not this, even though it's a nice reaction, but getting up to that midpoint and then instantly coming back down, you could say entry right there. And stop loss would have just been the previous high, which we got within a point or a point and a tick of. So 53 points of drawdown. 2 to 1, like I said, it hits. It's a 100-point trade right there. And it lines up really nicely with this minor sell side. So I mean, looking at that, it's a great trade. But you also have to grapple with the fact you're going to be in this for 50 minutes to an hour. And you're going to have 53 points of drawdown. And price is just sporadic. This is very high resistance, right? I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see me. Right in here, very high resistance. No gaps are being left except for this one. Instantly pushes back up into it, tries to break above, takes the next leg down. Wouldn't have been a comfortable trade to be in. There was one that you could have taken this as your market structure shift and looked for a pullback to this inversion gap that was formed, entered in there, and then stops down here, and which would have been great if you'd known that we were going to pump 200 or 300 points in the afternoon session. But hindsight's always 2020. I don't think today's price action was super favorable. It's a Monday. I'm not too worried about it. Mondays and Fridays recently haven't been anything that's been that pretty to look at. But I'm hoping to have a real trade for you guys tomorrow that I take and be able to recap it, give you guys some insight on why I would take it, what I was looking at, how I actually felt trying to manage the trade. Starting to understand the importance of the mental side of all this. So I hope that was helpful for you guys today. Like I said, short and sweet. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, peace.